Greetings, viewers. Here we are back once again with the Dell Latitude 2120. If you remember where we left off with this, I had just erased it, and it is now ready for a new operating system. We're going to do Linux on this as per the usual. We're going to do Linux Mint. Same version that I always do. And that will be that. I was going to install an SSD, but I'll be bluntly honest with you. I have no idea how to get this thing apart. And I tried a little bit and decided to give up because I didn't want to break it. So, it should be just fine with a mechanical hard drive. It's not like I'm running Windows 10 or anything on this. So, we'll give it that. We'll let this boot, and then I will come back thanks to the magic of video editing. Okay, install Linux Mint. I've pretty much made up my mind on this anyway, so. It is very much not very fast, is it? Over the network. It should also be a gigabit connection. Okay. It'll probably open twice now. Or I'll have to sit here and wait another minute. Who knows? It's the correct keyboard layout. I'm not going to connect to a Wi-Fi network right now. Yes, install the multimedia codecs. Yeah, this is the part that's going to take forever. Alright, erase disk. I always found it kind of amusing that Linux never starts with partition 1 and partition 2. It always does this weird stuff. Like I said, it's just weird. Also, I'm pretty sure the system is so old it doesn't support UEFI, but it's going to make an EFI service partition. Anyway. Okay. Now I'm going to have to enter in all of my details. Alright. We are now installing to disk. The time is 7:39. We'll see how long this takes. It is 8:46. It just finished. Wow. That is slightly bad, actually. Just ever so slightly bad. I don't know why the network is so slow. That's weird. It is gigabit. At least I think it's gigabit. I don't know. Orange light could mean either or, really. I don't know why it's reading the hard drive. It should not be reading the hard drive. This is 64-bit, I should mention, but you can't really get 32-bit Linux anymore. At least not any of the real mainstream distributions. None of them are 32-bit anymore. So the last one really was Debian, and Debian isn't 32-bit anymore either. This boot process is kind of pathetic, too. Huh. I don't know what I'm waiting for. Oh, I forgot you can't do that anymore. press the arrow key and get more information about the process. I was going to keep the camera going for the whole startup, but I guess I won't be doing that because this is just taking way too long. I'm going to pull the network, because I want it on the Wi-Fi anyway. Which had just loaded the wireless driver. That's like almost a 2-minute boot time. That's real sad. Maybe I should have found a way to tear it apart and put an SSD in it, because that is slow. It's almost a 3-minute boot time. It is too bad about the 2 GB memory limitation on something like this. I guess it is a netbook, but the flip side of that is even a netbook is big enough to have 2 RAM slots. Okay, I think we're finally maybe started. Well, not quite. I'm still waiting for the welcome screen. There it is. Now we're started. So you could time that if you want to, but I think it was probably close to about 3.5 minutes. Not great. Just for the sake of argument, for the sake of looking at it, I went ahead and I pulled up the hard drive's smart information, and there is no problem. Other than the fact that apparently it got hot at some point in its life. But the other interesting thing about this, check out that power on hour count. 15 days. That's it. So it's a relatively new drive. So I assume it'll be okay. Just like how the rest of the machine is okay and in good shape. And functioning without any issues. See there, and 550 with 2 gigs of RAM. I'm going to go ahead and close the video with that. So I would like to thank you for watching this short little OS installation video. Oh, by the way, the battery works just fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, well, maybe not nothing, but it is working. The battery is functioning. I don't think it's got... that said 41:59 hours a second ago. I don't think it's got that long. Yeah, 4 hours. It's probably still a stretch, but it's closer to reality. Anyway, if you have any comments, feel free to leave them below. Maybe I'll put an SSD in it at a later time, maybe I won't, I don't know yet. But that hard drive is basically new, so probably not.